One to the PMA LCS Week 2 Championships. I am Michael Symphonia Zuniga, and we have to the PMA LCS Week 2. We got right next to me, I am Gert. This is Garrett Lavelle. Is that how I pronounce your last name right?
Yes, sir. That is
All
how you
right.
do it.
All right, just making sure. So we are about to get this game underway. We have two teams in which I should probably check and what team numbers these guys are, because yeah, that's something I should do as a caster. So anyways, we're going to get this game underway in a few minutes, and it's going to be quite a good one. We have Greg on the team 1 right now, on the blue side, who's our platinum mid main, and we have Balakastron on team 2, the red side, who is also the plat. So I'm going to be looking into that, and it looks like we already got the game underway. So looks like we have the first ban of Ziggs. Looks like they don't want any of that push to go on in the mid game, nor that they want the possibility of having that as an AD carry.
Can't say I blame them for that, especially with the amount of zigs that I've been seeing lately. The satchel charge is too strong.
I definitely hear you. So it looks like this is Team 2 versus Team 7. So Team 2 on Team 1, Team 7 on Team 2. Looks like we got Jace and Rengar. I'm assuming that these are direct bans towards people, because I don't assume that the people would just ban a Jace. And we got...
Well, Sebastian is definitely known for his Jace. It is quite scary if he gets ahead, and it is definitely a reasonable target ban in that case.
And we got the second ban is Rengar, which is a very modest choice for a ban. Rengar kind of dominating the jungle scene right now with his fast clear and ability to pop squishies very quickly. And we also have a Brand and Lux bans. So taking out a lot of mid laners here, a couple top laners, and a jungler. So we already can tell that they are very serious about getting the mid lanes banned out here.
Ooh, we got the first pick on Leona here, which Panda is quite known for his Leona, so I'm actually going to be really excited to see these Leona plays just because the support main in me, but super excited on that one. Ooh.
So we got the Poppy pick. So very, very strong first pick. She's just incredibly strong, even past the nerfs. Only slight nerfs to her ulti and to her passive damage. But she has very, very strong tank stats and is easily able to get a game rolling very quickly.
Yeah, and not to mention it would definitely counter the Leona pick for sure.
Definitely. Just
So this
block.
could very well be Poppy support, but I don't necessarily think it is, but there is a slight chance it could be.
So we got the next few picks picked up pretty quick. We got the Camille, who's still pretty strong, but had a little bit of a nerf to her passive shield. So, but I'm assuming that her rest of her damage is just fine. She had a little bit of a nerf to her health stats as well. Then we got the Orianna mid lane and the Rek'Sai. So it looks like they're trying to build up a little bit of a wombo combo here with the Leona and Orianna combo. We got a Jinx right after that, which is very, very good at keeping up with Camille and Poppy after getting her resets from her passive. Very interesting.
Yeah, I'm definitely nervous about the Orianna pick, um, especially for Greg. That will be an interesting thing to watch. There's a lot of just interesting picks here for this game. It's going to be really nice to see how it all plays out. Let's see. Got the Jinx pick. Okay.
All
Ooh, the
right.
Morgana.
So we
Okay, so
are
there's our support.
all right. So we got a Jinx Morgana bot lane. Fairly good. I wouldn't say it's the best combination for a bot lane, but it is definitely has its strengths. Very easy to pick up some kills against their team, which so far doesn't have a whole lot of mobility aside from the Rek'Sai. But they picked up an Ezreal right at the end, so I'm assuming that this is a counter pick to their bot lane.
Hmm. Especially if I think it's an interesting lane for sure because you've got the Morgana, which is going to shut down the Leona if it's timed properly. As soon as you see that Leona go in, you just um, Black Shield your carry, and they can just deal with that. So um, we'll see. It's definitely a good match. Oh, we got the Maokai up. Oh, this is gonna be good.
So we have quite the tanky front line here with the Maokai, Rek'Sai, and Leona. So definitely looking in for the all-in combos here. Very impressed with the champion select with Team One right now. I'm looking forward to seeing how the mid lane is going to react to this final pick here. Orianna is strong in the right hands, but any misstep can lead to a really fast turnaround. So if they pick something like a LeBlanc or an Akali or something that can capitalize on mistakes, that can definitely turn things around in the lanes here. And I think that's what Team 2 is going to really want to look forward to is trying to have really strong lanes against the other team. It looks like Camille is going to be in the jungle, so the wave clear is going to be a little bit slow in the beginning for Camille in the jungle, which would give hopefully a little bit of leeway for the mid laner and the top lane to try to get something going. Although I feel like top lane is going to be a little bit of a slugfest, but not much is going to happen except for hopefully some CS leads with either side. Because I feel like Maokai is a fairly decent pick into Poppy.
Oh, definitely.
And we got the Fizz. So this is exactly what I was talking about here with the capitalizing on mistakes here. So Fizz is great at baiting abilities, getting that ulti out from Orianna. It's going to be up to Orianna to make sure that he doesn't fall into the baits of the Fizz, because the moment that he missteps once, the Fizz is gonna just throw the ulti on Orianna, and it's just gonna be a game over for him, which is great. Also with the combination of Morgana too. So I'm really looking forward to seeing the Black Shields and the Fizz, and him just going right into the middle of the team and just dishing out a ton of AOE damage.
Yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to that. Um, there's going to be some pretty good team fights later on down the road that I can at least see pretty well. Um, this will. It's just going to be really cool to watch and see how this all plays out.
So we got on the Team 1, on blue side, we got Leona, Orianna, Rek'Sai, Ezreal, and Maokai. Ezreal and Leona on the bottom, Orianna mid, Rek'Sai in the jungle, Maokai on top lane. And Team 2, we got Poppy, Camille, Jinx, Morgana, and Fizz. With Jinx and Morgana on the bot lane, Fizz in the mid, jungle, I'm assuming is going to be Camille, but if not, Poppy. And then whoever is last is going to be on top lane. I assume that this was picked intentionally as a flex pick for the top laner. Poppy is going to be good against either jungler, regardless of what happens, because Camille will be able to get away really quick, and Poppy is so tanky, and it's going to stop any engagement from Rek'Sai if he decides to tunnel in towards Poppy. She'll just flip up that W and stop it right in his track. So it's going to be a very interesting laning phase, but I'm much more interested in seeing how Team 1 is going to be able to get through the laning phase and try to get straight into those team fights and start making some great plays with Orianna and Maokai and Leona. I think this is a great comp for them. I think they require a lot of communication for this, but if they can pull it off, it's going to go really well for them. Otherwise, Team 2 is just going to pick them out. And with a Morgana and a Camille and a Fizz, like that's just asking for picks. So I expect some excursions into the enemy jungle, some looking out for Orianna, trying to get some dives maybe early against Orianna to try to get the ball rolling for Fizz. I'm really looking forward to seeing how they capitalize on the pick potential of that team and how Team 1 is going to avoid that. So it looks like we're waiting for a couple of members to get out of the bathroom and get ready for this game. So I'm thinking about hopefully we can have this Orianna take an exhaust, because with all that potential to get caught out or get attacked by a 3-man or 4-man, exhaust is going to be vital to him. And where I think a barrier or a heal might be good, if he's going one-on-one against the Fizz, I just feel that exhaust is going to be a lot more useful to him because of the grievous wounds that he will most likely have from building a Morellonomicon. And then also, he's going to want to go all in. Once he hits his E into Orianna, that'll be a great way to bait him into using that and exhausting him and trying to finish him off that way. And since Orianna already has a natural barrier from her E shield, I think it would be either a wise decision to do that, or if he feels extremely confident with this matchup, to even possibly go Ignite so that he can do damage through the pull on Fizz's E. So very excited to see this mid lane match. So it looks like it possibly is Poppy jungle. So that's going to be a little bit more of a difficult time with Maokai. I feel that it's going to be a little bit difficult in the beginning for Maokai to go against his Camille with all the mobility. But I feel as Maokai starts to scale a bit that the damage is going to fall off a little bit from him. And hopefully he can bait out some of the gap closers from Camille and get Rek'Sai to do a couple ganks to relieve some pressure off of him. So it looks like Orianna is going to actually go Ghost, which I'm interested to see how that works out. I wouldn't say it's the best choice against a Fizz, but I'm really interested to see how he puts that into play. It's a very standard summoner right now for Orianna in the mid lane, but I feel like this is kind of a situational pick to bring Exhaust or Ignite. But if he can pull it off and use that in a team fight very well and be able to kite out Fizz and Poppy and even possibly Camille, I feel like this could turn around and make it very well if he can position himself in the team fights correctly. Fizz. So it looks like game is about to go underway in about 15 seconds. We are going to have a 3-minute delay before the game starts. So I'm going to look over this team again and see what we got here. So we have Leona with an Ignite against the Jinx, which I'm very interested to see, because I feel against their team with a Fizz and a Camille and a Jinx, that Exhaust would be something that they would really want to invest in. With the resets from Jinx and the just all-in potential of Fizz, they're going to have no real way of stopping him if he goes in. Leona might be able to land a Q on him and stun him immediately, but the pinpoint accuracy for that would be very difficult to pull off if he's going in with several other members. So I don't know if it's the smartest thing for Leona, but if they are very confident in their lane and get rolling in the bot lane and hopefully catch out the Jinx if she ever missteps during her poke, then I'll be very interested to see how they use that Ignite to their advantage. I've never seen a Rek'Sai and jungle against a Poppy jungle, so I'm very interested to see how Rek'Sai is going to manage against that Poppy. I see Rek'Sai more of the upper hand with his mobility and his ability to wave clear. Well, Poppy is a very strong pick in general. I feel like she has a much better capability to carry in the top lane, because her stats just need to continue to scale, which means that she needs just a constant amount of CS. So if she doesn't get any early ganks, Poppy is going to be extremely behind and not going to be able to pull out the potential that she has with her kit. Looks like we got the game coming underway right now. Looks like we got the Pulsefire Ezreal coming out of Bearded Bear Lover. I'm not sure how much that skin's gonna help him, seeing as it's probably one of the least liked ultimate skins out there, but I am interested to see the potential of that skin and the money spent on it, how that's going to influence this game. All right. So it looks like we're getting our game underway in a couple minutes here.
That my microphone decided it was going to go ahead like the wonderful microphone it is.
All right.
Okay. Ooh, is this a cheese?
Looks
Is
like
this
we
gonna
might
be a
get something
cheese?
here. Oh, looks like we got a failed jump from Fizz, but it looks like he's able to get away from
So
this.
he's got-
Oh, and it looks like...
Oh no! Bear lover, no!
And we got the first blood on Jinx
We got the
against
going there.
Bearded Bear Lover. So we're gonna get a fast back from Fizz, get himself back in the lane. I assume that Orianna's gonna try her best to capitalize on the fact that he's missing his flash. Also takes a little bit of the kill pressure off for a little bit, but with that extra gold coming to Jinx, this bot lane with Leona and Ezreal, which is already an unusual bot lane, is going to be just that little bit more difficult.
This chat is extremely. Okay. Alright. So what's your primary focus this game, Michael? What are you going to be focusing
So
on?
I'm going to be focusing mainly on the mid lane here. Very interested to see how the Fizz and the Orianna will work together. I'm assuming that Orianna is just going to be spamming him with auto attacks like we see already. With the flash gun on Fizz, I'm assuming that it's going to be a little bit more difficult for Fizz to land those early kills, but we will see what happens.
Nice. I want to be looking at the top lane match. I'll also be looking down on bot,
Oh,
but
let's be a little bit of a poke here.
it's going to be really good. Just because so much hype. Got the poke down on the mid lane. I like it. Okay. It's in
So it already looks like we're getting a little bit of pressure from the mid lane.
now.
Fizz is taking some damage here. He's already used 2 of his charges on his corrupting potion. So it looks like we got a ping up mid, or up top lane, to go against this Camille, but it looks like Camille put a ward out just in the right time. We have Rek'Sai coming in for the gank. We got Maokai used up all of his abilities already, so he's not really able to follow up with anything.
Okay. Yeah, those mana costs on Maokai are just extremely harsh.
Well, aside from that, his early cooldowns are just a little bit too high for them to really make anything unless Rek'Sai can follow up immediately. I think that would have pulled off a little bit better if Gnarls was able to time his abilities a little more out. It looks like we got a little bit of skirmish here in jungle. Looks like Poppy's wanting to run away.
Oh, looks like
Oh, we got a follow-up from Orianna here. She's had the ghost on.
Orianna's come from Orianna. Oh,
And Poppy looks like she might be actually getting away unless Rek'Sai is able to land this Q. And he missed. Looks like Orianna is actually turned around and got the kill on Camille. Very messy fight going on here with Poppy running into the turret and giving a free kill to Maokai. Very interesting events here. It looks like Orianna wasn't able to really land her final ability on Poppy. She just has that natural massive amount of tank.
those kills. Yeah, this game has been very interesting from the start. Just getting that first blood off. Botched. I would say it's a little bit of a botched invade there, and it just didn't seem to work out. So kind of interesting. interested in is the Camille nerfs that took place when they took off of her passive and just made it the same all levels around. So it seems. Are you really noticing any differences between it? Like, do you think it would help balance her out a little bit more?
I think Camille's in a pretty solid place right now. I'm not really worried about how this is going to turn out for him because I feel that Orianna was caught out in that position, and there's really not much that he could have done in that position, seeing as Orianna already had all of her summoners pulled for it to try to get the final kill on Poppy. So that was basically a given game away.
Get some action possibly down here in the jungle. Bot side river. They're gonna be dancing around this wall for a little bit, seeing what's going on here. Oh, Poppy's coming in for the gank. Oh, very close, but no cigar that Graves can't have. Down bot, looks like things are going pretty swell. Let's see. I'd say both lanes are playing semi-passive. Got the Q. Oh! Got the engage going on down here. Jinx busted her heal to get out of that. That Fizz ult mid lane. Fizz just letting Orianna auto attack him. That's going to be a little tough whenever the abilities come out.
Oh, looks like we got a kill up top lane. Looks like Sebastian was able to fill out a finish there. And the looks like he's just gonna keep on snowballing that kill he got from against that Orianna.
I would definitely say so. And there's something that is just a little bit unnerving about a Camille that starts to snowball.
And we got a kill on mid lane. Looks like that Orianna was able to bait out the E from Fizz and get the shockwave onto him and finish that off. Doesn't look like Rek'Sai was able to get an assist from that, but it looks like they're going to want to try to set up possibly for a dragon or go into the bot lane. But you see we already have a couple of wards in the jungle, so I'm not sure how it's going to work. We got a very risky dragon going on here. Top lane is coming down to teleport. Looks like Orianna's taking the brunt of the damage here. Rek'Sai taken down by Camille from the teleport. Another kill.
Right there. Wow. Oh, that Poppy summon was pretty good.
That was just not what they wanted. Oh, wow. Looks like we got 3. Oh, no, that was an execute. So, well, it looks like Ezreal was able to pick up a kill there from the dive that seemed to just fail miserably for them. They were doing very well in the beginning, but they got a little greedy against the Ezreal and was able to capitalize on their greediness and get a lead there.
Definitely looks like it. That was quite an interesting fight down bot lane, to say the least. I think now, do you think anything would really come of that? Like,
I think that with this lead that is continuing to be put on Camille, it's going to be very difficult for Maokai to even be in the same lane with her. I'm really concerned for how that's going to turn out.
And I would really hate myself if I was one of the squishies on the blue team right now, because once Camille gets ahead, you get that ult in, and there is just no saving you unless your team is there. If you're one of the squishies, so and they don't really have that much of a knockback either. I mean, I guess if you think about it, you got the Maokai Q, and if like placed right.
Oh, looks like we got an engage in bot lane against the Jinx. Jinx caught out without her support, and it looks like she was able to Leona was able to take up that kill there with the Ignite.
Just able to punish those mistakes. That's one of the awesome things about Leona. It's also one of the roughest thing is if you're going against her, because it's just you know immediately when she gets that hook on you that, oh no. Okay.
So I apologize for the technical difficulties with the video. This was kind of a last-minute pickup for this stream, so bear with me while I figure out some of the details for this streaming. And just like I said, we have a little bit of a difficulty in top lane with that. Just like I said, the Maokai is just having a very difficult time even being in lane. I expect a Camille to just keep on that pressure. Hopefully Poppy can go and maybe secure this kill in top lane, because the more that Camille gets fed, the harder it is going to be for anyone to be able to escape the mobility of Camille.
Yep, looks like there might be a little bit of a scramble down in the jungle here on the blue side. Possibly, unless they're going to go up and dive top. Yeah, looks like Poppy is taking out the scuttle. Okay. Oh, Camille going in for the engage on Maokai.
Oh, just it looks like. Oh, and it looks like that he was able to block the damage from there with his passive. Maokai just picking up that a little bit of extra damage from his, or health gain from his passive, and Camille just going a little too deep with the low amount of health and taking too many turret shots.
That was great. Good props to Eric on that. That was a pretty good kill. Alright, so now we're back looking around, seeing what people are doing. And it looks like mid lane is just getting pushed in pretty well. 21 CS, well, oh, 19 CS behind on the Fizz for the Orianna.
And we also have a massive 20 CS difference in the bot lane with Ezreal just being able to push out this this Morgana with all the landed poke. He's just taking Sealy right there. Like, Ezreal's just landing every Q on him and preventing Morgana from really being able to engage, even if he lands a strong Q.
You know, I'm legitimately surprised. I've heard stories about Panda's Leona, but I have never seen it in action, and he is just doing a really good job on getting those engages. Especially timing it out with the Morgana Black Shield, because if there's one thing I hate, it's going against Morgana as Leona, because you just feel like you can't do anything, but it looks like Panda is just rocking it.
I think it really had to do with that engage at the very end. Leona and Ezreal were able to pick up a couple kills and get that extra gold. I mean, that's 600 gold that they're able to pick up after that, and even though Morgana hasn't died, she really isn't able to provide much to him, to the team. So I'm very interested to see how they're going to be able to apply this to the mid game. Ezreal is just going to be waiting on that blue build there. Looks like he already's got the Manamune build. Jinx is going to be able to pick up really quickly from that because she's going to finish up her Infinity Edge pretty quick here.
We got a roam mid on the Camille coming up. Oh, we got Fizz.
And it looks like we got a very, very dead Orianna.
Yep, that is a dead Orianna if I ever knew what one looked like right there. That was a really good roam on Sebastian's part.
It seemed that there was no ping or anything coming from the top lane as far as that roam. That should have been predicted with the Camille just going away. And with that lead she already has, it's going to be very, very difficult for any of the red team to have to deal with her damage and her mobility.
Most definitely. Oh,
Poppy coming in here, invading on the blue side, feeling a little more confident that with all those kills, or with the kills on the Camille and the teleport potential, that she can really do whatever she wants right now. Looks like Poppy might be coming in for a gank here. Looks like she's gonna try to ult someone away. Oh, doesn't look like Poppy's gonna be able to follow up on that.
Got the Leona ult. Now is this gonna be another dive like the previous one? Oh.
Disengaged very quickly from the Morgana there. Looks like Camille's going to try to land a couple extra hits on damage, but is really not able to do anything with all the backup they have with Leona. And the mobility of Ezreal is just very difficult to deal with right now, especially without her ult. Oh, Greg being very, very aggressive here. Oh, somehow able to turn around for a kill here. Leona trying to go in, but is exhausted. He's backing up a little bit because she really has no backup damage at the moment. Maokai very, very low with no mana. I don't know why he's planning on staying here. It's a good idea for him to back.
Yeah,
Looks like we have Rek'Sai.
Rek'Sai
Yeah, pushing up the top lane.
First turret?
This is the first turret gold here, so that's going to be a very great boon for him with the 30 CS, almost 30 CS difference he has. And Fizz was able to land a kill there. I wasn't able to see it on the screen, but it seems like Leona stayed a little too long, was trying to bait something out, and just realized that he was completely outnumbered. 4-2. Now 4-1.
Oh, got that mastery flash right there.
So Rek'Sai continuing this push here, but it looks like he might have to run away here soon.
Yep, pounced on by
And it looks like he might be able to get away from this, but who knows? It seems like he's going to be able to maybe flash over this wall here. Camille following up. Looks like he's trying to continue this chase. Oh, with the disable there. Very, very impressive timing there. Very impressed with Sebastian's able to time that knockup from Rek'Sai and cancel his ultimate.
Oh, we got a little bit of a scuffle in the bot side jungle.
And looks like we got a
For
kill.
Eric.
Yeah, very, very interesting.
Oh, Fizz coming in. Is he going to steal the blue? He stole the blue. Alrighty. Still got it anyway. Now, do you think that this is quite the risky dragon?
I think this is perfectly safe for them. Looks like they have plenty of backup. They got the two supports here. They got the support and the top laner. I don't see Fizz going in to be able to steal this unless he wanted the suicide for it, but looks like they're going to be able to pick up that Wind Dragon fairly easy. Or sorry, this is the Ocean Drake. No, this is the Cloud Drake. Sorry, the Ocean Drake is next. Looks like to be able to pick up that Cloud Drake is going to be able to give a little bit more of a leeway to Orianna being able to kite possibly. But no real changes to the current time right now. I think that's going to be more of an investment for the late game. So we got a 2,000 gold difference right now. Well, more of an 800 gold difference. No, 1,800. I'm sorry. With the blue side actually having the majority of the gold, the difference in the CS is just very, very large. With the jungle having nearly 40 CS up.
Oh, wow. That's CS differential. Now, I mean, if you think about it, though, you also have a kill and 2 assists on the Poppy, so that does help, but just the amount of CS over that Rek'Sai has is just crazy, and that's probably why they have or at least part of one of the reasons why they have the gold lead in this one. Got Poppy going in, decided probably that's not the best idea.
Oh, looks like we got an engage here onto the red side. Oh, wow. Very, very clean ultimate from Orianna coming in. And also able to shut down that Camille. Very, very important for them to be able to come back from this. Looks like they're going to be able to push up the mid lane. Fizz is really not going to be able to do anything as his ulti and all of his summoners are down. Really no way for him to be able to defend this.
I don't see it happening.
And
Looks
with
like he's going to give it up.
Orianna with 2 buffs and a massive lead and everything with the CS and the kills. I just really see no way of Fizz being able to shut down the Orianna unless they all team up on her. But very interested to see what the next build is going to be for Orianna. I would highly suggest you would build a Zhonya's with their all-in team and the pick potential. But it looks like maybe she's not going for that. I'm very interested to see what she's going to go next.
And it looks like to me, I mean, if you just look at the amount of the CS differentials between the teams, like even in the support, the support lane they're ahead. The only lane that's ahead on the other side is the top lane, and I mean, Sebastian's already just so far ahead that I want to see where he takes it from here. He's got Triforce and he's got Tiamat.
So we got a roam coming in from Rek'Sai here, but they're already warded, so I don't see how this is going to work out very well.
Both bushes, yeah. This is.
Poppy's already here. She's trying to stop this engage, but it looks like they already got the engage onto Orianna. Jinx is melted off the face of the earth. Poppy trying to scramble what she got, but it looks like she's going to come down here too. All 5 bot lane shutting down this team very quickly. Very impressed with the team
by the-
with the teamwork here.
Oh yes, definitely. And if you just look at it, the objective control by the blue team right now is amazing. I mean, they're 2 turrets ahead, and they've got. I mean,
Looks like bot lane's going to continue to push on this.
yeah.
They're going to be able to
this
catch
is-
even more of an advantage. Looks like Fizz is having a very hard time trying to clear this as he didn't build the Lich Bane.
The Jinx ult tickled even the Ezreal. Okay, so we got.
Looks like the Maokai is trying to engage on this, but it looks like Orianna is getting caught out with no Zhonya's. It doesn't seem like she's going to be able to escape from this. Fizz going in a little too deep. Looks like he might be able to get away from this. And he's down. Camille getting away from this, but a flash jump from the Rek'Sai. But unfortunately not be able to produce any results.
It was not going to do anything, it looks like. So, what I like about this game is that it's very entertaining because just when you think that one team is starting to just do really well in the team fights and then they're starting to get ahead, the other one comes back and just surprises you. So it's keeping me on my toes for this, just the entirety of this game so far.
Looks like Leona already pulled out her ulti there, but to no avail. There was just too much crowd control in the way for them to be able to really capitalize on that. And with the Morgana bind on the Maokai, there was just no way they were going to be able to capitalize on that. But it was a 1-for-1, so I feel that it was good for both sides. Orianna able to pick up an extra kill. And it looks like Camille is down with another kill as well. 6-4-2. Not the cleanest KDA, but is very, very much more ahead than I was expecting him to be this early into the game.
Especially against a Maokai with that sustain in lane too. I mean, they both have really good sustain, but Maokai's just so tanky. And while Camille does have true damage, it's still just really hard to engage on top of a Maokai who can just CC you to death, basically. Especially with Courage of the Colossus.
It looks like Maokai's got a full armor defense here. He's got 216 armor. So he's going to be just barely tickled by any of the damage coming from them at this time in the game. Camille might have a little bit of burst in the beginning, but any follow-up damage is just going to be negligible, especially with the Jinx barely only having a Runons right now. Runon Hurricane's not going to deal any damage to their team. Looks like Camille's getting caught out here, wasn't able to jump over to the other side of the wall. So we got all 4 teams coming down here. Looks like their team is going to be able to back them up. You have Rek'Sai all by himself against all the 4 members. No one able to really catch up to him. Seems there's a little bit of a miscommunication, but the huge ulti damage from Orianna just obliterated their team. Another kill coming in from Ezreal. Got a triple kill here, but he's going to be shut down by the Camille, but able to pick up that quadra kill. Looks like an ace might be imminent here with the Orianna have the ghost on, and it looks like they're going to be get down. Ace against red team. So it looks like what they got to do right now is get that Ocean Drake, clear that up while Maokai pushes the top lane. This is very, very troubling for Team Red. They were doing very well in the early game, but they're just taking too many risks and putting all their people grouped up. Well, with a team like Orianna and Maokai, you don't want to be bunched up in the jungle like that. That's the last thing you want. Rek'Sai looking in here to try to maybe get oh, never mind. I was mixed up with the teams there. Rek'Sai able to secure that dragon with the team. Yeah. Looks like things are going to reset a little bit here. Maokai into the red side, but it doesn't look like he's going to really do too much here. Looks like we get a little bit of a... Just poking at them. Doesn't really look like he wants to do anything right now. I think he's just trying to spend some time. Got an engage on Camille here and a flash from Maokai, but it doesn't look like he's going to really be able to do anything with that. Very questionable flash. I think he was looking to maybe he was going to be in closer to his snare range, but I think he overestimated the range of that and wasn't able to capitalize on it. So it's a pretty big summoner to be taken off of their tank. Very interested to see how Red side is maybe going to be able to capitalize on this, but I don't even think that's going to be able to serve them that much with the lead that all their carries have on the other side.
Yeah, the leads are just crazy right now, and I mean, if you look at it, 6,000, almost 6,000 gold lead on the blue team.
Oh, we got No. We have a massive engage going on here from the Camille. Able to shut down that Ezreal. The Jinx dealing the damage. Just completely picked out their team. Leona is trying to go into their team right now, and huge amount of damage coming out from the Orianna. Rek'Sai coming to the back and just destroying the back line. Camille able to pick up from here. I'm not sure how this is going to work out for Rek'Sai, but looks like the shield's able to protect him for a little bit. And he's able to secure that kill. And with the Leona clutch E, able to snare him for Rek'Sai to be able to shut down that Fizz as well. Very messy fights. They just seem to go back and forth the entire time. I'm not sure what they were trying to get out of that. But it looks like they were just trying to get someone that was caught out and just seemed to snowball from there.
And that's what I'm seeing from both teams, is that there's just a lot of awkward fights that are going on and on in the jungles right now. And I think that's why it's so back and forth. It's just because, like, it depends on who gets cut out first. But something I want to say, like, honestly, probably it's the support main to me, but I am just really liking a lot of Panda's plays as Leona. He's just going for those engages, and like just with that fight that was just down over by Dragon Pit, like that engage was great. I love it.
Looks like Red Team is trying to play on the back foot right now, being very cautious of any engages from any of their team. Looks like we got a hybrid build coming from Ezreal with a Triforce picked up, and it looks like he's about to try to complete Blade of the Ruined King. I'm surprised that he wasn't going to pick up an Iceborne Gauntlet with the Camille there. I think he would benefit from the slow and from the extra armor, but it seems like he's feeling pretty confident with his engages right now. Looks like he got a full-on engage here with a massive ulti coming from Orianna. Jinx in the backline trying to do what he can, but it doesn't look like she has enough damage. Orianna just picking up these kills with just destroying their team with the Rabadon's cap right now. They have no magic resist against their team. I'm very disappointed in the fact that there's no Hexbreaker coming out from Sebastian, and there's no Spirit Visage or anything coming from Poppy, even though that they have the majority of the damage going on from Orianna. I think the damage could have just been even more so from any of their other teams if they built more towards building magic resist. If they took out the unnecessary Black Cleaver from Poppy, which is really not serving any purpose right now. They need a dedicated tank, and they don't have that at all right now. Very, very questionable build from the Poppy. I would have liked to see a little bit more of a tanky build from there, but with only the Cinderhulk build, I'm wondering how they're going to be able to even do anything with that Poppy even in the front.
Yeah, it's like you can't really, and especially since Camille's, she's definitely a bruiser, but like with Poppy being just so tanky, especially in the late game, like I'm honestly surprised that there's, like what you said, there's no like magic resist item on her, especially when they have not only like a Maokai, but also the Orianna, like just huge amounts of AP coming from Orianna. Like by now you would think that there would be at least one, but I think Morgana looks like she did the Mikhail's Crucible, so that's pretty good, especially if like Ezreal gets CC'd by like Maokai or anything like that. Oh, looks like Panda might make a play here. Ooh, if they've got vision on this may be a dead Poppy. No, they're deciding against it. Okay.
Fizz still without the Lich Bane. I'm questioning this build a lot. With the split push he's trying to do, he's just not really doing a whole lot of damage to this turret. This could have been done way faster had he built the Lich Bane. Looks like we got a little bit of a skirmish here with a Poppy. A pickup onto Morgana. It seems like he was all alone against that team, and it is down. Like, that was very, very disappointing to see. Looks like Camille was trying to engage into the Ezreal, but it looks like he was able to flash right into the team. Very, very impressive use of the flash by Ezreal there. I'm sure that Camille did not expect that at all.
Something else I'm also seeing is that right now, it looks like Blue Team has definitely gotten their stuff together, and they're starting to group a little bit more, but you have Fizz still pushing bot, and I don't really know that the split push is really being that much effective considering they're all in their base at the moment. It looks like blue team just they finally figured out what they're trying to do, and they got grouped well enough.
Well, it looks like blue team's trying to finish out here. A little bit of a skirmish. Looks like Rek'Sai's trying to separate the team here.
Staying welcome here though.
We got a Fizz or Fizz Zhonya's, but it looks like with the Orianna being completely untouched, they're just cleaning up house here. I think it's safe to say that blue team is just going to finish up this push here and try to go for the win. But Camille's back up, and they got to be really careful of that engage there. They already used up majority of all their abilities and summoners, with the exception of Ezreal. And looks like Camille was just able to do so and be able to pick up a couple kills, one on Jinx and one on Camille.
Yep.
I feel that could have done much better if they were able to focus on that turret there, but they got a little bit of greed in their hearts, and we've all been there, wanting to go for the kills right in the turret, you know, just when they think about to finish the game, and looks like didn't work out.
It's like that awkward door-to-door salesman. You know, they just overstayed their welcome in their base, and I don't know if like anything really is going to come of it, but they might have. This dragon is going to be really nice to see. I think they're it looks like they're going to get this free drag while Poppy's still in the base, and there's not really a way. Oh, now they're going to start collapsing. Okay. And they got out safely. I like it.
So Camille's going to want to come here and clean up.
Yeah. Oh, we got the ward. Okay, so Ezreal looks like he's going to back off.
Looks like they're trying to reset a little bit there. Looks like the blue team is going to try to go for the final push down mid. Maokai already trying to look for the flank, but there's already a ward down there from Morgana, so it doesn't look like that's going to be successful. Got the speed up from Orianna, but he was just caught by one of the Jinx traps, unfortunately.
Morgana Q. This could be the final push towards the Nexus. It
looks like Camille coming back from the flank. I don't think they see him. There's no wards for him. So I feel this might be an all or nothing play here.
I mean, they did choose. Oh, I guess they managed to. How quickly Sebastian got out of there amused me. Oh, are they doing a fun bush? They are doing a fun bush. Okay.
Oh, it looks like the Fizz already sees it with it warded there. I think it was kind of a blind ward or blind bait there. Oh, Orianna being able to pick up that kill there. Looks like they're going to go for the final kill, but Camille picking up that ulti and shutting down the Ezreal there. A very smart Orianna Zhonya's.
Oh my gosh. The Orianna plays are just amazing.
The intention to the red team was smart, but they just don't have enough damage or scaling. With no tankiness on their team, they were just able to get melted by the Orianna.
I feel like they went in for more of like what you're saying earlier with kind of an all or nothing, an all-in team comp, and unfortunately, I don't think it really worked out for them because especially when they're behind, it's not going to do anything for them. They might be able to pick up a couple of kills here and there, but when the blue team, it looks like blue team went more for a team fight than the red team did. So I think it played out in their favor mainly on team comp there.
And it looks like Team Blue side wins this match. Very, very deciding victory here. I think a lot of it has to come down to the item builds in the early plays from both teams.
Most definitely.
Look at the damage here. We got the majority of it coming from Orianna, and right behind him was the Camille. Unfortunately, no one else was really able to follow up on that damage.
It looks like Sebastian had a pretty good run early in the top lane for sure. But it's almost as if there really wasn't that much he could do, especially if he didn't have the support from his team when they were behind so much. And I feel like that's one of Camille's biggest weaknesses is that, you know, she can all in somebody, but if her team's not there, her team's, you know, unable to support her in that endeavor, she's really not going to get anywhere. which is really unfortunate because he had a really good laning phase.
I think he just took a little too risky engages with a couple of the turret dives, dying to turret both on top lane and in bot lane when he tried to go after that Ezreal.
Yeah, definitely that bot lane dive. The bot lane dive was just an interesting dive for sure, just because uh, it was really close. He could have gotten the Ezreal, I feel, but it just wasn't enough, and that's just so tilting when that happens. I'm guilty of that, but it's gotta be
All right.
tough.
Well, we will be right back as the team rests and gets ready for team for the game number 2. We will be right back.